Actor Zachary Levi, who played Shazam in the DCU movies, I wasn't really a big fan of those movies, but still, he has decided that he's had enough of the crap that Hollywood is doing with all these continuous reboots and bastardizations and just destroying things. Because be honest, people in Hollywood and the comic book industry are just all creatively bankrupt. Right? There are people out there who can do good things, but they aren't getting the opportunity to do so. So Zachary Levi has decided he's going to change that. Let's dive into this article to find out what he's doing. Because from Cosmic Book News, Zachary Levi launches Wildwood Productions to champion original stories over Hollywood reboots. I, for one, fully support him doing this. Zachary Levi is launching his own production company, Wildwood Productions, which with plans to eventually expand into Wildwood Studios. He recently took to social media to criticize Hollywood's trend of rebooting and recycling old content rather than exploring new and original ideas. Just recently, I did a video about how the Terminator franchise needs to stop, because at this point, the timeline is so freaking confusing, you don't even know. You honestly don't even know. Rather than they make something new, fun, original, and fresh and work with that. No, they just want to keep going back there and dig up its corpse, go there, dig up its corpse, drag it around Hollywood for a while, and then throw it back in the grave to come back later to pick it up and go again. It's really bloody ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous. But, I fully agree what he's saying. They need to stop this nonsense. Levy responded to a fan's question on X, formerly Twitter, about the industry's reliance on familiar intellectual property instead of taking risks with fresh material, especially in genres like sci-fi and fantasy. X user Heroes Guild Publications tweeted in response to Levy announcing the formation of his own company. This is what he said. Zachary Levi, what are your thoughts on movies, TV shows constantly regurgitating old material versus taking the risk of something new? With the company you are building, will you be forging ahead into more new material, particularly anything in the sci-fi fantasy direction? Zachary Levi responded, it's one of my biggest gripes with the current state of my industry. When the people in power desperately lack creative vision and the courage to back it up, aka creatively bankrupt, we fall into what we're seeing now. It's all completely fear-based. They don't actually know what a good project is, and they don't know what audiences want. So true, brother, preach it. So they feverishly dig through all IP, hoping that since there used to be an audience for it, at least some of that former audience will come back to watch it. It's insulting to both great creative talent and the public. Look at what Disney has done to Star Wars. Look at what Disney has done to Star Wars. Absolutely horrendous what they have done to Star Wars. They keep going back to dig it up because the stories that they could tell, they don't want to tell. They rather take what came before, destroy it, and then move on from there. Continuing to just destroy everything as they go along. It needs to stop. You can do new and creative things, but when you have people who have no creativity, what do you expect? Levy continued with the notion that current industry leaders lack the courage and creative vision necessary to foster original projects, resulting in a heavy reliance on old intellectual property. We need people in leadership who are capable of recognizing true talent and creativity when they see it, then know how to support it when they do. Hollywood used to have a lot of leaders like this, but then umbrella corporations started buying up all the studios and networks and replacing the visionary leaders with what we have today. And this is why I fully support what Zachary Levi is doing, what he's talking about here. And it also comes back to things like, what Eric July has done with the Ripperverse. You create something of your own. And that's why I say to people, if you are a creative, if you have an idea for a comic book, you can start to publish it on your own. You could reach out to the Ripperverse and see if they're interested in working with it. Something. Even Yellow Flash has a comic that's coming out pretty soon. People are interested in doing this thing and they want to create something and work with that. But when you have these major corporations running things into the ground, look at what Marvel is doing with Spider-Man lately. Tell me that is not just borderline insulting to the character and the people who created it, the fans, everything. This is what they do. And this is why when something new and good come out, people jump to it. They enjoy it. But when you keep getting the same regurgitated nonsense from people who don't do that, and like he said here, and it's very true. There used to be people, used to be leaders who did that. There used to be leaders who did that in Hollywood. I said there used to be people in comics, and I keep coming back to comics because it is something that I am passionate about. But there used to be editorial oversight when it came to books. If someone wrote something, they would take it to the editor. The editor would look it over and say, listen, this character would not do this. And if you rework this in this manner, it will work. But there isn't that anymore. There is not that anymore. There's a lot of people put out whatever crap they want and then they're okay with it. It's the same thing when it comes to Hollywood. There is literally no oversight to these things. They keep making one flop after the next. And let's say, well, okay, we just keep going there. And then their favorite thing to do is blame the fans. Like somehow it's our fault for not liking the crap that you're putting. We're paying money for these things. We're supposed to get something good. But they just don't care. These major companies and major corporations are buying up all these studios and networks and they just turn these things into just absolute shells of what they used to be. It used to be a love for these things and all that is just gone now. That's been replaced by corporate greed that is just going nowhere. That's all. While Levy doesn't rule out reboots entirely, he clarified that his vision for Wildwood Studios is to create, find, and promote original ideas in ways that Hollywood has largely abandoned. And again, completely agree. Now, there's nothing wrong with a reboot. It can be done really good. You see the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, I think it was in 2002. That series, that should have been the one I could do. That was a reboot of He-Man. You understand me? They rebooted it in certain, but it was done so bloody well that I don't think anybody could have complained about it. Had they continued that, and actually it would have been really successful because it was a really well done show. That should have been the series that they should have looked to continue. Instead, we got whatever in God's name revolution and revelation was supposed to be. I don't know, but just even remember, this was sick, but still, you can do reboots and do them really well. It can be done. You stick to the source material. You give it a little twist here and just to make it interesting and fun and could work. But that does not mean that you should not promote original ideas. There are ways to do things because people want to see new, original, impressive things. The whole point of these entertainment projects is that people want to lose themselves, literally lose themselves in this, in this fantasy realm, in this sci-fi thing for a few hours. They want to just forget all the troubles and hassles of the world and just say, you see me? I just want to relax and enjoy this. That's what they want. That's what they want. And when you make things that can actually do that, people will watch it, they will buy it, and they will be grateful for it. Wildwood Studios, he explained, is in its early stages with a final investment deck underway as he prepares for fundraising. Levi shared that establishing Wildwood has been a dream for over 25 years, one inspired by a vision God put on his heart from the very beginning. His hope is to build a space dedicated to storytelling excellence, a refuge for all who want to get back to excellent storytelling. This is why these things are always so amazing to hear. People want these things. People have grown so sick of what they have done with all these IPs so that they want new, fresh, original takes on things. If you have to do a reboot, make it something that really mesmerizes and really intrigues people. If you have to do something new, make it so that people want to people want to enjoy it. Is everything going to be successful? No, there might be one or two duds here, but the large majority, vast majority of it is going to be from an exciting storyline, from a season that fans are going to be interested in. That is what you're going to get. And the minute you do this, you can be certain that you will get something fantastic out of it. So yes, I say to Zachary Levi, really good work. Looking forward to see how this whole thing turns out. You do your Wildwood Studios, Wildwood Productions, make new content. I, for one, will be very happy to take a look at it. And I, for one, support you, sir, for actually standing up and saying Hollywood is doing crap. I am going to start to do something that fans actually will enjoy. This is what we need, people. This is it. And I know people are going to go there and call him a hater and look at us. No, this is a man doing something for the fans that the fans will actually like. That's what you're supposed to do. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.